Hi, this is Master Pain and welcome to my channel. In my opinion, the Sorc class is being crippled with some skills which have no use in the game whatsoever. In the other hand, variety makes it a very versatile class, is hard to master, and you're not supposed to limit yourself to only use the awakening skills for damage. You can actually use the amulet to deal significant damage to your opponent, treating the awakening skills as utility tools. In the end, it is up to you what will be your playstyle. This might differ with the other classes, which makes Sorceress one of the funniest to play and the deadliest when mastered. Firstly, I will point out the skills you can completely ignore and should not invest points in after reaching your awakening. Before that, you can check every skill because it costs nothing to do so and revert. The Absolute Dark Split has nothing to offer more than its base, so it's here just only for collection purposes. Everything except Rebounding Darkness in the Darkness released has a questionable use in late game. The Sharp Nails is a sweet looking thing, but why would you level that? With the Sinister Energy you can tickle your opponent to death. Absolute Darkness tickles even more. The deal from Bloody Contract is a no-go. Sinister Omen, nobody knows if it works and how it does. Claws of Darkness, the only points you invest here are for going Dark Flame. Shadow Riot should stay in the shadow. From Awakenings, Flow Rushing Crow is a skill that used to have purpose in the past, but now actually does nothing useful. Leveling up Karshin's Nightmare may be the mistake, as its increase in damage is barely noticeable. After having that listed, I will describe the usage of few skills that you may ask the purpose of. The first are Flow of Darkness along with the Sinister Shadow. These are the utility spells and create together a flowing move to the side, which you can use to position yourself better. The Darkness gives an evasion buff and the Shadow critical hit rate buff. Rebounding Darkness is a skill some of the Sorcs use to quickly disengage, as it is a fast backward move. To do it properly, while holding back and F, press and hold left mouse button as well. The Dark Trade is another great utility to create a full portion of shards to use with so many important skills like Shard Explosion, Damage Buff, Violation, Grim Reaper's Judgment and others. It also has a noticeable combo with Sight Nightcrow to double the dash, just by casting it between the two Nightcrows. The High Kick and the Low Kick flow one from another, but if you want the Low Kick to be casted as a combo with Midnight Stinger, you need to lock the High Kick skill. It is good to choose one of the two for your playstyle, and both have their use at the same time. Signs of Agony is a long-range stun, but it moves quite slow. You level it just to make it bigger in size. The skill is good for positioning your enemies, as they will want to avoid it. It is also a good flow to Shards of Darkness. For example, if you were to cast your Shards buff from Nightcrow, the animation is slow, but use the Signs of Agony between and the whole combo will flow. Mark of the Shadow is a great skill to pull monsters around, but also on higher levels, the speed of the attack and the damage, along with slow debuff, make it a noticeable addition in PvP or when fighting bosses. Good to know is that it flows with Sinister Shadow and Rushing Crow. The Dark Armor and Maneuver passives are not much. Use only excess points in here, but you will want to max them eventually, as with other passives. Now I'll point out what to focus on before reaching level 56 Awakening. For every skill build, firstly check out the Ray-Ban skills and their requirements. Since their introduction they have become a very crucial source of damage. In almost every set, you will want to incorporate Shadow Ignition over Crow Nightmare. simply because of the 10 seconds cooldown over 40 seconds. Honestly, I don't know why they gave Crow Nightmare that much of cooldown, which makes the skill useless unless it had DP debuff instead of plus 15 magic DP buff. From the second tier ray bombs, you can choose either Engulfing Shadow or Abyssal Blow. Both skills are good and effective, respectively aggressive and defensive in character. At this point, aim for their requirements. Shadow Ignition requires level 4 Shadow Eruption and Bloody Calamity, and Engulfing Shadow requires level 3 Crow Flare and level 2 Midnight Stinger. For Abyssal Blow, you will want to level up Abyssal Flame to level 3 as well. Next, let's think about main source of damage pre-awakened. And here's where the Black Wave comes in. It is a very good skill and should suffice until you get a decent damage with Awakened Violation. The secondary skills to focus on are Shadow Eruption and Dark Flame. Lastly, it is Dream of Doom, which because of its long casting is something you might not find useful in grinding, but definitely shines later on in PvP. After that, take and max out the utility skills mentioned before, from which the most important are Shield of Darkness, Rushing Crow, Shards of Darkness and the Night Crow skill trees. After reaching level 56, your main goal should be focusing on leveling up awakened skills like Violation, Turnback Slash, Grim Reaper's Judgment, Shadow Leap and Flow Night Crow. The other awakened skills are very utility-like and the points will be spent better on absolute versions of skills like Shadow Eruption, Dark Flame, Rushing Crow, Midnight Stinger with Eruption of Guilt, Bloody Calamity, Dream of Doom with Imminent Doom, Dark Trade, and the passives if you haven't got them already. I haven't said anything about leveling up Crow Flare, and maybe you can find some use for it pre-awakened or with air smash combos, but it is up to you to decide because I don't use it at all. The last thing to list are skill add-ons. They are a minor buffs to skills, which improve their overall performance, especially in combos. This is completely up to you how you will distribute skill add-ons according to combos you want to enhance. You might want to focus on stats like casting speed, accuracy and AP damage. For me, these are Midnight Stinger with plus 20 monsters AP and 5% accuracy, Shadow Kick with 10% critical hit rate and 4% casting speed, Shadow Eruption with PvP attack plus 10 and 10% casting speed from Awakenings, Violation with 5% evasion and mana points regen, Turnback Slash with 4% accuracy and 7% casting speed, Cartoon's Protection with all defense plus 15 and 7% casting speed. The important thing to know is that buffs lasting for X amount of time do not stack and only apply skills used after casting the initial one. So this is everything I have prepared for this video. As usual, if you have any questions, I will gladly answer them in the comments section. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a like and or leave a comment. Subscribe if you didn't. Thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you soon.